Comme d'habitude. Hello Emmanuel, on est live. Comment vas-tu?
Très bien, super, en plein forme.
Ok, donc tu es à Paris. Qu'est-ce que tu fais à Paris? Sorry, let's switch to English. Hi Emmanuel, welcome to this session number 2 of onboarding Emmanuel to smart contracts on Bitcoin. And how are you doing today, Emmanuel? And where are you?
Well. I'm presently in Paris.
Paris, the capital city of France.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about it. What are you doing in Paris?
I just got a bit tired of studying, had 2 exams last week, and I thought I'd studied enough, maybe too much for 1 week. And I decided to just go for a little tour in Paris. So I visited Versailles yesterday, the Palace of Versailles, and the story of, what's his name? Marie Antoinette, the gardens, the waterfalls, the palace, and everything. It was quite beautiful and a nice experience. Meeting a lot of persons, strangers, and it was just like we all knew ourselves before, and it was a perfect day.
What's that last part?
Meeting strangers who also came for a tour around the palace and making friends, of course. It's always interesting meeting new people. They become part of your history of life, and for me, it's something nice.
So, do you know? I've never been to. Is there a museum in Versailles inside the castle?
The whole castle itself, it's more like a museum now because it has so many statues,
Right.
pictures, stuffed animals, beds, and all the belongings of the king and the queen of Versailles. They are all intact. It's well preserved. The animals, the maids, paintings, everything is all there. The bed, the mattresses, the chambers, and everything. It's all there.
Is there something that like stroke you, like a chair, or like the chair of the king or something?
Oh, things like that don't move me anyway. But I was really, 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 really carried by the gardens. It has this beautiful water display and water fountain displays with classical music. I don't even know where the song is coming from. I do opera because I'm an opera singer. So there were so many different kind of songs being played in the background. I tried to find the place where those sounds were coming from, but I couldn't get it. But then there was this wonderful water display, the fountains coming up it was kind of synchronized with the song. So it was perfect for me. I loved the song, and the water display was just perfect. And then I went on a boat ride.
In the gardens.
I went in the gardens here.
With opera music.
With opera music, exactly. It was perfect. And then I went on a boat ride afterwards and almost fell in the water. It was so interesting because I couldn't swim. And then I had my laptop in the bag I was carrying, and my phones were both with me. And I was like, if I fall in this water, 2 things are gonna happen. First, I lose my devices, and second, I die.
You don't know how to swim?
Oh no, I don't swim.
All right. Sounds like it was a well-deserved break from your studies. So it's 10:36. Let's take a half hour just to onboard you with this session number 2, and we've got quite a lot to cover, but it's pretty simple. We're not going to cover. This is what we're not going to cover: automated market makers, pools of liquidity, impermanent loss, swaps and slippage. And we're going to cover stacking. What is stacking? Self-paying loans. What is this mind-boggling concept that when you get a loan, it's going to self-pay itself? I don't even know how to say it in English. Opening a vault. If we can do that, also we can demo that with your consentment. I did send you 80 stacks. It's a donation for your fundraising to kickstart it, and folks out there are also welcome to donate even a small stacks portion. And I don't know if you know, we have also a NFT vote that ends on Sunday. So today is Sunday. Today at midnight Eastern time. And that's part of the the other process I had with the Bitcoin Dave Saviors that will have a 1 month exclusive minting of 6 NFTs donated by the community. That's for the reason is to reward them for already saving Divia's day, because we did a fundraising with Divia previous to this. And so I had that promise. But any NFT that is not elected will be donated to you, Emmanuel. So that's also a way to contribute. Either two outcomes, is going to do good for people, the Bitcoin saviors, or you, Emmanuel. And as a bonus, so why not discussing this use case that Philip, the founder of Arcadico, this protocol, DeFi protocol on Stacks, suggested that a Bitcoin could be posted as a collateral and yield Bitcoin through stacking. That's if we have enough time, because it's going to be packed. So anyway, so 3 things: stacking, self-paying loans, and opening a vault. Are you on board with that?
Opening the vaults, kinda. From the videos, there are so many illustrations with what's his name, Ivan, Luis, and Vincent, and Philip. Yeah, from the YouTube links you sent, I went through that, and they kind of took me through the process, but still it looks kind of weird. Maybe I'm too much of an engineer to think about computer science and cryptocurrency, but
So
I'll get used to it.
why don't we start by that, opening a vault?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, and then we can talk about what's going on. Why is it a self-paying loan, and what is stacking? Everything is the same.
That's one of the questions I had written down. How is the USDA loan paid back over time? It seems like a loan that pays itself is something everybody would want to get.
Yeah, let's try and describe it like it's, because it's not only magic. I mean, there's some risk involved, but we'll get to that. Let's do that. Why don't you share your screen, and then just open a vault with the 80 stacks that I sent you.
Okay.
And I don't really know if there's a minimum for opening a vault, but I tried doing it, and I think it was going through. So there might be a minimum amount of stacks that you need to have to open a vault. If anybody knows, they can comment or send us a message. Hopefully it's enough.
Okay, sharing screen. Share screen, yeah.
All right.
Good finance.
All right. So I didn't check if my transaction went through. Hopefully it did. The 80 stacks. Did you receive that?
Check that.
Yeah.
In the hero wallet. So again.
All right. Yes, it worked. I can see that.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, it did.
So, all right, let's go. Just launch the app. So this is Arcadico.finance is this DeFi protocol built on Stacks. I think if you go all the way up, no? Oh, there you go. Okay. You didn't get the beautiful animation with the logo of Arcadico.
Okay.
Maybe you want to connect your wallet.
Okay. Yes. This display.
Failed.
get started.
Oh, there you go. The beautiful logo I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And maybe you can skip that onboarding.
I think I passed to it. Okay, skip at the top. Okay, done.
All right. So you see the first menu: swaps, vault, stake, auction, governance.
Yeah.
Let's us go to vault.
Votes.
Okay. Okay. And let's read the options that we have. It seems we have two options: create vault collateral types, STX-A, STX-B.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe we can go through these parameters. What do they mean? Liquidation ratio, stability fee, liquidation penalty, current debt, maximum debt, and then create vault. So you have two options to create a vault: A or B. All right, let's just if you're okay with it, so let's just create a vault in the option A. So where you would have a liquidation ratio of 175, stability fee of 4%. So do you know what this means?
Yeah, I think I know what's this. Yeah, I was about asking why pick A over B. Okay.
Pardon?
I was about asking why pick A, choose A over B.
Exactly. Yeah. So what is the difference? So what is the liquidation ratio? What does it say there? Let's see.
Okay, it says the collateral to debt ratio when your vote gets liquidated.
Right. So it's a ratio, collateral to debt. Okay, so collateral equals collateral ratio multiplied by debt.
Okay.
You understand? Or collateral divided by debt equals
by debt, yeah.
Collateral ratio. So that it means that you have to post a collateral that is 175% larger than the debt that you will receive.
Yeah.
So we'll see. For example, if you are so what is a collateral here that you are posting? It's 80 stacks.
Yeah, the stacks you're putting into the system. I think, yeah.
That's your guarantee, like your collateral. Okay, so this protocol will lend you US dollars, USDA, a stable coin called USDA,
yeah.
Which is pegged to the US dollars. So it will lend you an amount of, let's say, US dollars if you give them somehow a collateral that is 1.75 more than the USD that they will lend you. Okay, that's what it means in case A. In case B, it's they'll give you more or less the USDA for 80 stacks.
80. I think less.
So they'll give you more. So just if you can write down like, or maybe let me share my screen somehow. 1 second. And then we switch back. Share. Yes.
I think I would have to start first. Okay.
Okay, so now we're discussing liquidation ratio equals what?
Collateral to debt.
STX divided by debt.
Debt, yeah.
USDA. So another way to put that, if let's call it L, if it's 175%, collateral STX equals L multiplied by debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, very simple, no? So
Yeah.
if your collateral is 80 stacks, how much is the debt that they will give you?
80 over 175%.
So what's, just give me the number.
Oh, Lord. Mathematics. Oh. Okay.
Let's see, I have Excel here. All right. But this is probably expressed in dollars as well, huh? This is probably expressed in dollars. So you actually need here the multiplied by what is 1 stacks in dollars? Do you know?
The last time I checked, I wrote that somewhere.
Huh?
Let me confirm that. I kind of wrote that down somewhere.
So you can go on coinmarketcap.com and then coinmarketcap.com. Then you search for. My computer's a little slow. Don't know why. It's 222.
Okay.
Okay. So the debt here in USDA. Okay. So 80 multiplied by 2.22 divided by 175%, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Very slow. You have a number?
Working on it.
My computer is very slow. I don't know why. Use of the streaming plus.
Okay. 101. 101.5.
This formula type contains an error. Okay, they don't like the percent. Oh, percent. Okay, 104, right?
104. I got 101.48.
How much did you use for US dollar? Around $100, right?
Yeah, around $100 here.
So debt USDA will be around $100, right? Okay, now if L is 150, you probably get more, right? How much debt do you get?
So that's 80 times 2.22.
Oh, you get less? It's my bad. Hold on, you divide by less.
Divided by 150%. Okay, you get more. 118.
How much?
118.4.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why my computer is very slow. It doesn't matter. So if you choose the option A, okay, you will give a guarantee of 80 stacks and you get $100 of debt.
Yeah.
If you choose option B, okay, you will give the same guarantee, but you get a little bit more of US dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's share back your computer.
Was I sharing?
So you will see that the option A is more popular. You can see that because it tells you how much is already the maximum debt, current debt. It shows you the current debt, and the current debt is 4 million for option A, and it's 10 times less for option B.
Option B, yeah.
All right. By the way, they could probably get rid of the cents there for users to be able to read better this number, because
The big numbers, yeah. It gets confusing.
Cents and dollars don't really matter, I think. But the A option is 10 times more popular than the B option, despite the fact that in the B option, you get a little bit more of debt, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's probably due to stability fee and liquidation penalty. Okay. So the stability fee is actually the interest rate. You can see it as the interest rate that you're paying on the debt. So if you've got $100 of debt, you're going to pay 4% per year. So $4 on this debt. So you give them a guarantee of 80 stacks, which is $160 or a bit more. They give you a debt of $100, and then you pay them a 4% interest rate per year, okay, on that 100.
Okay.
And then they say liquidation penalty. Do you know what's that?
Liquidation penalty. Yeah, Philip spoke about that. Penalty you pay when your vote gets liquidated. Yeah, when the vote is liquidated, he said so.
Yeah. So why would a vote get liquidated?
If I remember well, when the liquidity ratio, I wrote that somewhere. Liquidation occurs if the price of stocks goes under the liquidation price and the collateral then is auctioned off. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. If the price of stocks goes down, then your guarantee in US dollars is less valuable.
Yeah.
You follow? If it's less valuable, then the money then in US dollars that they lended to you, has less guarantee of being paid back.
Paid back, right? Yeah.
So either you have to add some guarantee by adding stacks, or it could be Bitcoin, by the way, in the future. Instead of giving a guarantee in stacks, it could be Bitcoin. But let's keep that for later. Well, they're going to automatically close your loan, so to speak, okay, through an auction process that they have here, automated. In the menu, you see swap, vault, stake and auction.
Auctions. Yeah.
Okay, so now we understand more or less that you get more money in option B, but the interest rate is higher. And also, if you get liquidated, you get a higher penalty.
Higher penalty, yep, of course.
But one thing, the liquidation ratio also, like the liquidation ratio is when is the threshold when your I guess if I'm not saying something incorrect, it's when if your ratio gets below that, then you get liquidated. So that's a risk. Why? Because they take your, there's a liquidation penalty right there. So there is less risk in option B because the liquidation ratio is lower, but there is a higher interest rate and a higher liquidation fee. Okay?
Liquidation penalty, yeah.
So depending on your view of your guarantee, the price of your stacks, you would pick A or B. So let's try and pick, I don't know, A or whichever you want. If you want
A, I think A is okay.
So go ahead. Let's just create a
okay.
So current price. Okay.
Current price is 2.18.
And actually, what would be interesting is to calculate the price at which the price of stacks at which your vault will be liquidated. And how do you do that?
Using the liquidation ratio. Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, and since the liquidation ratio is the collateral you're putting in, the ratio of the collateral to the debt in USD,
Yeah, they will do it for us anyways. So
Okay.
let's just create the vault because time is of the essence.
Okay. Okay. So we're putting on 84.
I think you need to have a little bit of gas fees left
Yeah.
in order for the transaction to be accepted by the protocol and the blockchain to
Yes. Yeah. I remember
operate. So yeah, you can try max.
Max. 82.
Okay. And then you get also to decide how much US dollar you want. And obviously the max, we already know the max. Click on max. Let's see.
44.
Okay, so you see that you're taking a loan much lower than the liquidation ratio actually. That the liquidation
way lower.
Huh?
Yeah. Way lower than the liquidation ratio. Yeah.
Right. So that's the collateral to debt ratio, actually. So I don't know if I made a mistake in my explanation, but collateral to debt ratio 407. Okay. So that has to do with 82 and 44, right?
Yeah, in a way, that's true. Yeah.
If you click to the I next to collateral to debt ratio.
The amount of collateral you deposit in a vault versus the stable coin debt you are minting against it.
Right. So meaning that with $82, you can right now with these parameters, you can in option A, you can borrow as much as $100, but you're going to be very close to the liquidation. It's actually the liquidation ratio. So if Saks moves a little bit, they're going to liquidate you. So here is $44 instead. That's why you have this collateral to debt ratio, which is higher, above the liquidation ratio. And you want always to have that, otherwise you get liquidated. So a collateral debt ratio is 407, and here the liquidation is 175%. It's fine, you know. And they're also calculating the price at which that collateral debt ratio would be equal to the liquidation ratio, and that's 0.94 cents for Stacks. If Stacks crashes now to 94 cents of dollars, then you would be liquidated.
Yep.
So that's the risk you have. Okay, current price, stability fee is the interest rate. Okay, let's continue. Liquidation ratio, liquidation penalty. Okay, fine. All right, so just a recap here. So can you scroll down a little bit just to see what they say? All right, so that's the magic right here.
Magic.
You see those two ticks right there? I want my Stacks.
I want my to earn yields, and I want my vault loan to be paid off automatically through the end year.
All right, so this is what we were talking about. The magic of this DeFi loan is happening right there. So what does it mean? I want my vault, so basically the money I borrow, to be paid off automatically through the earned yield.
Yeah. Okay. But, okay.
What earned yield?
Philip said something like the yield is earned in Bitcoin, and I was like, how does that happen? He didn't explain the process of how it is earned. Yes. He just did it, and I was like, okay.
This is where stacking, this property of Stacks consensus mechanism comes in. That it's called proof of transfer, right? They have this. We talked about this in the previous session, right?
Yeah.
So there's something called stacking that allows the holders of Stacks of the token to lock their token and to participate in a minor way in the consensus mechanism. And by helping the consensus mechanism, by locking their tokens, they get a reward from the proceeds of the miners bidding in Bitcoin. Remember, the miners were bidding in Bitcoin, digital energy, for a chance to get a stacks reward. But what happens to this Bitcoin? Remember? I didn't talk about it, but do you remember that miners bid?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bid a Bitcoin means they're spending a Bitcoin. So they have Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I'm spending it. And then, so they no longer have this Bitcoin, and for a chance to win a stacks reward, a stacks token. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, I remember
question
that.
is, yeah, so that's clear. The question is, what happens to the Bitcoin that is being spent by the miners? And the answer is, it goes to, I think, somebody can correct me, but it goes to the stackers. So whoever owns a stack token can lock the token for a cycle of 2 weeks, and they get these Bitcoin to be distributed in a pro rata, I think, in a pro rata way. So they get, and in a way they participate in the proof of transfer consensus by doing so. So by just locking your tokens, your STX tokens, you get a Bitcoin being sent to you that comes from the miners who are spending it.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I think Arkadico and Philip and his team are doing here is, when we give them the guarantee or STX token, it creates they give you, so that guarantee works as a your ability to loan this USDA, but at the same time they take this guarantee and they stack it for you, and the protocol sends them Bitcoin. Okay, and that Bitcoin they can reuse to pay off your loan. So even though you're paying an interest rate on your US dollar, since they use your guarantee that also receives a yield in Bitcoin,
yeah,
and that guarantee, they say it's over collateralized loan. So that guarantee has a higher value than your US dollar and has a yield. Since it has a higher value and a yield, it can pay off the interest rate that you need to pay, which has a lesser value, basically. But let's put this on paper first. Open the vault, and then we'll discuss it again.
Okay. So much to get in. So much to take in. Okay, what is this?
So do you have a pop-up or something?
Yep. Okay, I would have to confirm.
So can we have a look at your wallet?
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
And the wallet.
Let's see activity, if we see this transaction. I don't see any transaction. I don't know why.
I think because I need to confirm.
Yeah, but how?
Confirm transaction. Where is it?
Usually, I think usually there's a pop-up.
Okay. Yeah, I found it. Send transfer
okay.
successful.
Okay.
Check the wallet.
Yeah. Ah, there you go. There you go. So we see the transaction is pending, and so we just have to wait for Freddie. It seems is Freddie is I think I heard it's a monkey.
Monkey. That was real funny. A monkey in the zoo.
who's in charge of opening the vaults. And okay. All right, so let's recap. Okay. Let me share my screen. So you give them $160 in stacks, okay?
Yes.
Around 160. Okay, that's your collateral. Is there one L? Oh, that's English, French. Okay, my bad.
French.
Whatever. Review spelling. No. Oh, sorry about that. I think I can change the language to English. Okay. You gave them that. Okay. They give you $44.
Yeah.
And your collateral to debt ratio was around 400%, which is much higher than your liquidation ratio, which is 175%.
175%, yeah.
Okay, that's what we learned. It's the equivalent of saying that you borrowed $44, which is less than $100, which would be close to that liquidation ratio. Okay, and then it tells you that if the price of stacks goes down, now it's at $2 to 0.90 something cents, then
I get liquidated.
yeah, then your ratio goes close to 175 and you get liquidated. Okay, that's what we saw. And then what else? Okay. Oh, I forgot. Oh, okay. The magic. Okay. It was telling you, do you want us to stack your stacks? So now they have your stacks, your $160 in stacks. Yeah. What they can do is they can stack your $160 in stacks. Okay, 84 stacks or 82 stacks.
82.
And that is the equivalent of locking, okay, your stacks in the proof of transfer mechanism in order to receive a Bitcoin. Let's say, let's put yield, but it's a payment in Bitcoin, which proceeds from miners. Okay. But it doesn't matter. Okay, but it's just you understand that it does. Okay.
Okay.
So how much if I lock 84 stacks or 82 stacks, how much do I get after 1 year?
For 1 year.
In Bitcoin? Let's say whatever Bitcoin, it can be converted into stacks afterwards, or even US dollars. Basically, what's the yield? Okay, yield. Do you know?
No.
Okay, so let's go to stacking.club. And it varies depending on proof of transfer and miners bidding and stackers stacking. But basically, let's make it simple. Let's see. Let's go to the source. Okay.
Okay.
And we go to the current cycle here. Okay. So it varies. And I heard that it has varied between 7 to 15%.
15, yeah, 7 to 15.
Okay. So this is basically describing how this cycle is working in proof of transfer. We're not going to go through this. Okay. We're just going to go back. So 8%.
Yeah, 8.
Okay, so 8%. So 8% of $160.
Be 160 times 0.8.
How much?
0.8. 160 by 0.08.
8 fois 6,42. 92 dollars. No, I forgot my multiplication. 7 fois 6, 42. $96. Or how much is it? 90, no, 9 points. Sorry, 9 point something dollars. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just do 8 multiplied by 16. Sorry, my bad. I don't know what I did. 12. Okay, 12. It's probably the life. It makes me nervous, and I forgot my multiplication. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Right? So you're getting $12 or $13 after a year through that process. Okay. But
Okay.
actually, I'm wrong here, because what they're going to lock is not 82, is 40 something. I forgot, 42. Remember that you
44, I think.
Wait, no, I'm not lying. It's 82. It's 82. But what you're going to pay, so this is what you receive for deciding to lock, and they do that first. What you pay is, I think 4% was the stability fee.
Yeah.
But you pay that on 40, was it $44?
$44, yeah.
Was it? So how much is that? Okay. So you're going to pay $1.76.
1.76, yeah.
Okay. So that's the interest rate you pay per year, but you get this in rewards for stacking. Okay.
Yeah.
So net, this minus that is 11, right? $0.04 is what you get. And that goes for paying your principal, which is $44. So after 1 year, you only need to pay back. Okay, let's forget about the 0.4. $43 or $42.96. That's how it's repaying. Sorry, 30. 30. 30, right? So let's make it simple. 0, let's say it's 0 for people to understand. $33. Okay?
Okay.
That's how it's paying back. It's using the proceeds of stacking from the proof of transfer protocol. So Arcadico is locking your stacks, $160 in stacks. It's getting $13. Okay. It pays your interest rate, which is only $1, 0.8, and it starts paying back your loan, 44. So after 1 year, you only have 33.
33, yeah.
And after 3 years, or I don't remember how many years, it pays everything back.
Yeah, after 3 years.
Something like that. Maybe my math is no good, but basically that's the process.
I will check it all out afterwards. It seems being online is it's keeping me on my toes.
Make sure the math is correct. But we understand that the guarantee, the collateral, is benefiting from the yield, the Bitcoin yield from the protocol, and it goes to pay back not only the stability fee, but also the principal. And after a few years, you owe nothing. Okay, so if you're not liquidated, this loan will pay itself back on its own. I think we covered everything here.
Yeah, seems so.
Okay. You have any questions?
The question. I think the only one I had from watching the video was how the loan is paid back, and this pretty much explains that. I would just probably need to go over it again to let it stick.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of videos you can check on stacking, I guess, on Stacker Chats or the YouTube channel for Stacks that explains how the proof of transfer protocol works. It's not an easy thing to master. And I'm still a student on my end. But
no, I think it will be. It's more calculation is more like engineering. I think engineering, I'm cool with that, so it's fine.
yeah, I just wanted, to throw out numbers here just so people see that, oh yeah, I borrow $44 with $160 guarantee in Stacks. Let's say if the price of Stacks doesn't go down, my loan through time, and depending on how the price evolves, obviously, but
Yeah.
ends up to pay itself on its own. Because you've got a 4% stability fee here, a 4% interest rate that you need to pay for your loan, but it's on an amount that is smaller, almost like 4 times smaller than your guarantee. And your guarantee is producing a yield that is a bigger yield, 8%, than your interest rate yield.
Yeah.
So all in all, it's covering for the yield and then some more, much more, that covers the loan, the reimbursement of the loan. Can we check if your transaction went through? Or maybe it's in there early, I'm not sure. Or otherwise, here I said bonus. Do you have time for that, or we call it a day?
I think I do.
Okay, so bonus. So I think like Philip talks about this use case that instead of having your guarantee being Stacks, it could be Bitcoin. And he mentions wrapped Bitcoin, which is a custodian way to like somebody, basically, I don't want to go into the details, but he explains very well there are ways to do this in a federation that spreads your risk, third-party risk, etc. But let's forget about that. Let's just think it's just Bitcoin. Okay, so instead of posting Stacks, we were posting Stacks. Okay, 100. We were posting 82 Stacks, and we were getting $44. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's say you want to post 1 Bitcoin. If you've got a lot of money or more.
A lot of money.
Okay. In dollars is significantly more money, right? It's $60,000. Okay. But forget about numbers. It can be Satoshis. It can be the same amount in Bitcoin, expressed in Bitcoin. Satoshis are a millionth, or I forgot how much, micro Bitcoin. Well, you could do the same. He's saying what? If I post Bitcoin, I get a loan. They give me USD. What is he saying? Well, he's saying this. Then I use the USD to buy Stacks. Then I lock, let's say lock or stack, but it can be confusing, my Stacks to get a Bitcoin yield. Simply. So instead of having my Bitcoin not doing anything, what I can do is do these 3 simple operations. And now I'm getting a yield. I'm getting an interest rate being produced to me through these 3 simple transactions. That's what he's saying, I think. Questions?
This is basically doing the same thing with using your Stacks.
The first step is the same thing. than what we did. But instead of stacks, we have Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, yeah.
But then what do you do with these dollars? Right now, they will give you $44 USDA, right? What do you do with it? You can do several things that we did not discuss.
Yeah.
You can provide liquidity in automated market makers. You can buy stacks. You can do whatever you want with it, right? You can. So,
yeah,
for example,
I wrote that down here. The users, some will use Akidiko to borrow stable coins, while others may become a liquidity provider, an external liquidator, or simply just swap their favorite tokens.
Yeah, they have a swap function that is using these pools of liquidity. That's an entire different lesson, right? But you can check that out, and then maybe you do the lesson next time. But it's just that,
okay.
Right? Please do. So we open a vault, but instead of stacks as a guarantee, we put Bitcoin, wrapped Bitcoin, and then we receive the dollars. With the dollars, we buy stacks, and then we can stack these stacks to get Bitcoin yield. The same stacking in the same way here, they're stacking stacks to get this yield that repays the loan. When this same way here, they can do the same here. But his point is Bitcoin to Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's and he's also saying that this would be an improvement on several dimensions versus what is already existing, because it's decentralized. You get less risk, let's put it this way, and also a better yield. That's the promise. You get a better yield versus what already exists. That's my understanding.
Okay.
That's all. Do you have questions?
None for now. There's so much to take in.
All right. Let's see if did your transaction go through? Sometimes it takes a little while.
Okay. Let me check that.
But think about it, because now you're going to have $44. What do you do with it? US dollar. You can put that to work, for example, if you have more stacks. Oh, okay. So it's pending. It's probably pending.
No, I think it has.
Oh, it went through. Awesome.
Yeah.
So can I see balance here? Oh, you see? So now you have 44 USDA.
Yeah.
Okay. Questions?
How do I use the USDA?
How about I don't know if you can add liquidity to a liquidity pool. If you click on swap, but I think you would need stacks as well.
Yeah.
You see? And then you click on pool. So you can buy, for example, now right here, there's DECO, the government's token for this protocol. And you could potentially buy DECO by using USDA, or you can provide liquidity to a pool. For example, stacks USDA.
USDA says available pool token 0, stack token 0.
You click on add.
Add. Yep, I was thinking of that.
Let's see. Okay.
I think it's those stacks.
So it seems you need both tokens to add the liquidity. You see? Let's do this another time.
Okay.
But if you click back to stacks, the first one. Okay. STX. Okay, so this is it reflects the balance in your
the
wallet.
balance, in the wallet, yeah.
You've got 2 stacks and $44 now. And if you click on max next here, next to stacks. Yeah. So
Not changing.
yeah, there's probably a minimum required. You don't have, you probably need both tokens to provide liquidity. So let's do this another time. All right. But
okay.
Maybe you can also buy, if you want, with this 44 USDA, instead of adding liquidity to a pool, you can maybe, I mean, I don't give you any advice because I don't know. I don't want to. But instead of stacks, click on USDA right here.
Okay.
So you could potentially, so this allows you to use the liquidity of the pool to exchange USDA for DECO or stacks for DECO. So see, for example, one DECO right now is 5.23 USDA. So if you want, this allows you to buy a DECO for $44. I would not, I mean, I don't want to comment on that. That's price action and all of that. But that's one thing you could do. The other thing is you could provide liquidity to a pool, and then your USDA and stacks would get a percentage of the commission from the transaction that go on there. But let's discuss this another time. I think.
Yeah, I think I'll just let this slide for now. Maybe when I get a better understanding, then it would.
The goal was to trying to explain how these self-paying loans are being paid off, thanks to these this stacking feature of proof of transfer.
It's a lot of mathematics, but it's fine.
All right, that's it. So, any questions or any comments? Maybe you want to conclude.
Conclusion is easier during the French lessons, but not now.
I mean, it's not difficult. I mean, the math doesn't matter. It's just the concept of, understanding that how this self-paying loan works. Obviously, there are risks. I don't know if we covered really well the risk. We talked about if the price of stacks is, falls dramatically. Obviously,
yeah. It affects the ratio, the liquidity ratio, and if it goes below the liquidity ratio, then I get liquidated.
Yeah, not only that, but you're kind of locking your stacks. So that's a value, right, of $160 today, but we don't know what that value will be in the future. Could be more, could be less.
Could be less.
Right? Conclusion?
Okay. Conclusion. I would say let's see how it goes.
Right, let's see how it goes. All right. Thank you so much, Manu. Et surtout, garde ta flamme intacte. We did more time, but you agreed on it, and I was happy to do it as well. So we did almost an hour like last time. Guys, if you want to donate one NFT in the election, we do an election every week for 6 weeks. I'm running 350 miles in 7 weeks.
That's
Yeah, give us your feedback and also help us build our own knowledge, because we're both students here. Merci, Manu. And enjoy Paris.
Yeah, just for tonight. I would have to go back to my city tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday.
All right. And next week, if you want to do the homework, do it. And if you need help from me, if you have questions, how this works, I don't understand. I'm also a student. I'm happy to, to give you the lead on this, so that I don't need to speak. And next time you present.
Okay.
And it could be only half an hour, not an hour.
I will try. Yeah, I would try to see if I can finish my exams before weekend. And
yeah, it's optional, like we said.
No, I will try.
Otherwise, I'll continue. No, don't worry.
No, I just need to challenge myself. If I don't challenge myself, I don't think I'll make any progress.
No, the only commitment you committed to is the last session. You'll be the one presenting, whatever you want. Super. Merci beaucoup.
À la prochaine.
Tchuss.